Julius, what have you done today?
Hey, so I got the second place in Paisley Regional today with Pure Yummy.
Okay, do you want to get into the deck profile?
Of course. So it was a hybrid build between breakers and hand traps. So for engine, we had the best starter, medium school, that's the reason you play the deck. And then we have second best starter, which is Yummy. Yep. And then the third and the fourth best starters, you have all three names. You want to max on those because they're all one card combos. And like if you see two names, then like it helps you play through the interruptions much better. Then I was playing both of the field spells. And then two Yummy Supplies. I was considering running 3, but it's fairly searchable, and then you can also reset it with a link too. Then another side engine, which is technically an engine, is the Sky Striker package. So this was 2 engage and 1 drones. So that's all for the engine. One engine. So like I said, I was on breakers and hand traps, so it was 3 charge, Fugalos, 3 Cerulean, 3 Ash. This is more of a defensive hand trap, I guess, but it's alright sometimes to pair it. You just gotta be careful into K9. And then you have 3 Imperm. It's a hand trap, it's a breaker, quite versatile, and then you have Purge, this deck complete, which is quite nice. So this is all the hand traps.
So you're not playing the, was it Songs of the Dominators?
No, I think at least this format, I think it conflicts too much with the Charmies, and I'd rather see those. I just don't think they're impactful enough against the old decks, because they can easily play through them and then like FTK you. So maybe once we get a ban list and we know what decks are around, I think it might be more viable to play a pure breaker build there. So in terms of breakers, I was on 2 droplets. I think it's most common to be on 3, but I just don't want to see too many of them. Hard ones per turn. We got Cold Buy, Talents, Prosperity. I guess it's another engine / consistency card, and then the 40th card is Thrust. So going second is phenomenal because it searches your obedience school, and then going first you can already just set an Imperm or Purge, so it's not too bad, and it helps with deciding patterns.
Okay, how many cards in main deck?
So 40 in main. I think you have to stay as close as possible to 40 because the quality of starters really drops and you want to keep it consistent.
Extra deck?
Extra deck, so 3 Yummy Snatchy. Gotta play 3 because you usually go through either 2 or 3 during your combos, and then you play 1 of each synchros. You don't really need to play more than 1 because they're easily recyclable. So this is the Yummy engine. And then for the Link ones, you play Kagari for Sky Striker engine, Link Spider for Nibiru, you get Nibiru, and then I think you have to play 1 flexible Link one just in case of cherries or like things like Clockwork Knight where the engine Link one needs to be Light Beast, so that's why I'm playing Almirage. This also helps you to play game 1 when you're going first if you open Molcharmy and one of the names that don't do anything on normal summon, so that way you can play through Imperm or Ash basically by summoning hand traps, so plays for baby hand traps. Then for Link T, we have SP, just like the most flexible Link 2 in the game. Great to banish your opponent's field spell if you can. Then we have this card that I'm not going to try to pronounce. It's came up a couple of times. It's great to reset your surprise, but also I had the game against Memento where I had to reset the droplets to finish clearing their board. That was quite good too. And then one of the flex spots, last minute addition, I just decided to go with Cross Sheep because Contact C could be real, and I wanted to have it. It's better to have it and unneeded than needed and not have it, I think. It came up once. I think I could have SP'd there in that instance, but like it's just good to have in case you're under a BBM slope. Now finally for synchros, I was playing Starham, Metal Marcher, so depending what you open, you go either one or the other to go into Herald. So I'm only on one Herald because I find that like making a second hand Herald on an opponent's turn rarely happens, where I feel like it's a win more for the most part, so I think one is usually enough, so that's what I'm sticking with.
Okay. And to the side deck.
Right, so for my side, we have to respect the old format, so we play 3 Alesiunas, 3 Trolls. I didn't have to play against any of the old decks today, it was only Memento, so didn't really side any of those. I think I put 1 Droll in against Vanquish Soul just because we're going first, because I don't have anything better, but like realistically, these are primarily for any Ryseal decks or Mermail or like other builds. Then for going first, we have Judgments. So this is primarily to deal with the board breakers, because I think the engine itself deals with most of the engine. It's just like the non-engine like Dark Ruler, Book of Eclipse, things that really hinder your end board, like this just helps to say no to essentially. And then we have another Frost, and then for Frost targets, for going first, we have Key Barrier, for Draco Tail, Ryseal, basically most of the meta, and then for decks that don't get covered by it, it's Black Goat Lance. So this card is actually overperformed for me today, especially I won 2 Yemi Mirrors because of this card, because you just call the Yemi Snatchy and essentially that's game, especially if they're under Obedience scope. So those are going first cards, and then we have some more breakers. So against Vanquish Soul, you really need to deal with the back row, because the trap is, you can't really force it with engine, and they can just hold it until you commit too much. So play back row removal. I might try to fit another Lightning Storm from going second, but my 15th card was Dark Ruler no more, primarily for the mirrors. And Sky Striker, so.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. Any shoutouts?
Yep. So I want to shout out to Living Realms, the squad in Castleford, and then also Anime Republic squad in Edinburgh.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for the deck profile. Cheers.